Hi there, it's day 166, and well, I thought very much about this today's topic, influenced by those topics that we had lately about what influences you when making a decision, how far can you go, and then always thinking, sometimes seeing clear things, sometimes not. So today's topic is that the reality shows that the way you are thinking is robbing you from the activation abilities, because by judging you are limiting or minorizing your alternatives. So let's get them one by one. There are certain things that are influencing us. And I saw a film the other day where there was a guy who was making his money by fighting in the streets. But he had a great talent about repairing cars. And he was asked, why don't you, make your living by this? You can make a good living. He was saying, yeah, I would be, an oil monkey. That was his definition of it. And well, I thought very much about it, and it gave me to think that, of course, if you are always judging things around you, then you're also limiting your alternatives, because if everything around you is bad, although maybe you have a great talent in it, this will not become an option for you. So the more judgment you make around it, and you're always finding something to deny it, there is not much to remain from which you can choose and to deny it. And that's why I think it's so important not to judge. And I'm always underestimating how important this is. And only through some, say, cases like this, when I'm thinking about it, I'm seeing how much influence this have. And you're creating also your daily reality by this. So if I'm going to my job, and I think in every job, the same like in every relationship, there are things we don't like very much. If I'm always thinking, well, how bad they are, without trying to find out how can I become a part to change this, maybe not the fact that some things are bad, but by the perception of it. And then I will change nothing in order to make myself feel better. So I think this is a good start to stop judging and just, just realize, okay, there are certain things I don't like, and you don't have to judge at all. You can just receive it with your conscious mind, become aware of it, and that's it. You don't have to say nothing and to do nothing. Even if you do nothing, still you will feel better than always saying that it's bad. You're communicating it to your surroundings, to your colleagues. They are starting, and it's making a circle with always more and more people saying the same thing. So your perception of the whole thing will become and go from good to worse and more worse. And the alternative is to try out what is your contribution, and even for normal problems that you're realizing, instead of leaving this to another department for solution, why don't you try out yourself? How can you tribute? Maybe you make suggestions how that could be better. So you feeling yourself by making thoughts about it more valuable for the company. You are may thinking and boost your self-esteem because you're contributing on regular basis, and you can adopt also and more skills, and people may think that they can trust you with more topics. So this may depending, but what it is all about is the idea behind this. And so I'm changing just by changing my judgment, leaving it aside, my environment. I'm creating and contributing to the creating an environment that is good for everybody. And then I have to see my notes. Just bear with me a second. So I will see then more more choices because I see more alternatives that may be possible for me. And then, which is also very important, I'm starting believing that I can change something. Is everything that may contribute to a change, I judge it for bad. How will I choose it? And I won't even believe that is good for me or that I can change something. So your choice of words has influence on your perception and on your belief that you can change something, and finally on the outcome. And the outcome is this, that we always can ask ourselves, what is it that I want? What is it that I want to create in my life? If I know what the outcome may be, and even if you don't know exact, you could say, well, I like to feel good about my work. And then you can ask yourself, what is it there that you don't feel good about? So by making these right questions, you can come up with the answer, and then again search, what can I change? What can I change? And little by little, you start thinking and realizing that you can make a change. You are realizing that it's your perception, and you getting self-esteem and starting to make yourself independent and not always waiting somebody else to do the first step. So everything starts with this, and I want to make it clear how great our impact it is just by choosing the right word and just by letting judgment aside. So concentrate more on what it is that you want, on the outcome, and on maybe changing the way you are seeing the things. Instead of judging, try out to find who is responsible for something, or who you think that is responsible, and ask them what kind of contribution you could make to change something. You will be surprised for the answers you will get, and you will make a great change in the whole environment, in your job, and also in everything else where you have an impact on, and in your relationship. So enjoy this ride and stay tuned till tomorrow. Bye-bye.